Hey everyone, welcome to our live stream today. I've got Jared, my co-pilot, with me today, and we're going to be showing you some artificial intelligence and how to use it for your business. Hey Jared, how's it going?
Pretty good. It's Friday. Fridays are always good, and
Fridays
yeah,
are always good, and it's sunny out.
it's sunny.
We're running around 20 degrees where we're at, and that's Celsius for you guys in US. It'd be a little chilly if it was Fahrenheit, just a tad.
Yes, that
But
would
it's
be
nice outside. It's been cooking hot. It's been well, I think it was close to about 29 degrees here last couple of days, so it's been beautiful. We're loving it.
summer weather early, which is great.
Yeah. So, anyways, welcome to our live stream. Hopefully, you'll gain some good information that can help you. We're totally excited. Jared and I, we kind of really have a passion for artificial intelligence or AI. We've been using it in a lot of different areas, testing it. We're actually even testing it in some of our add-ons, which I'll mention at the end of the stream. But we want to show you a few things. Now, we're going to continue to show you artificial intelligence or AI applications that you can use in your business. Now, there's a ton of people that are showing AI stuff out there. Lots of them. A lot of them with graphic design. A lot of them with creating music, creating videos, creating animations, creating all sorts of stuff. Content for creative content or copyright content for their websites and all sorts of stuff that they're doing. So it's a very wide, broad brush that you can use for artificial intelligence. There's so many applications. One of the things
Right.
that we're actually looking into are bots, or what do they call those, Jared? We were looking into those.
AI agents.
Agents, thank you. Yes, AI agents, and there's a lot of stuff that goes along with AI agents, and that's something we will be showing. But we need to get a really good handle on the different things that would work for most businesses, because sometimes some of these agents are specific to digital marketing and that sort of stuff, and so we want to make sure that we're showing you stuff that you can actually use in day-to-day routines. I think so. And if you have any questions or comments, don't hesitate to put them on depending upon whether you're in LinkedIn or on YouTube, the comments area there. Just ask your questions as we're going along. We'd be happy to answer as we're going through. I think Jared is going to go first. He's going to show a little bit of stuff. We're going to be focusing on a couple of different things. So Jared, take it away. Oh my gosh, look
Oh,
what happened.
sorry.
We
Let me
got it.
go out of
We have the
there.
infinity screen.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get you guys startled there. So yeah, basically, what I'm going to show you, at least the first I'm going to show you, is called projects. We're going to be highlighting mostly stuff in ChatGPT. It's kind of one of the leading people in AI right now, and they just keep coming out with new innovations and new things. So this particular thing that I'm showing you is only in the paid version. So unfortunately, you'd have to have, I believe it's called the Pro or the Plus version to get it, and it's like 20 US dollars a month. But they have a lot of more advanced features in this. One of those advanced features is a project. So as you can see on the screen here on the left-hand side, there's a bunch of different projects that I have here. These right down here, these are all the different chats. And they're all the different chats that I've said. And you can always, if you don't like a chat, you can just delete it. You can even share a chat. So if you have a chat you really like, you want to share it with a friend, you can share that. So it's got some pretty cool features as well as features to share it with other people. But I'm going to
Can
focus
can you
on,
explain what a chat is, Jared, really quick?
yeah. So a chat, when you start a new chat, this is a chat window right here, right? And so this is where I could start chatting with ChatGPT. I'd be like, uh, what's the world news today, for example? And chat that in, and then ChatGPT will then populate kind of some world news for me. It will search the web. That's the nice part about ChatGPT. And as you see, it starts a new chat down here, just populated what it's called. So all these different ones are different ones I've randomly, everything I've said, it'll kind of save it. I could always delete that, or I can move the chat around. Like I could grab a chat. Oops. I could grab a chat and move it up into a project. So this is a chat. This is a chat window. You can keep going down here. You can ask it more follow-up questions. But as you see, I asked it for some news today, and it showed some global headlines in Gaza, U.S. developments, other notable events. But when it comes to projects, projects are found on the left-hand side here. I have a bunch of ones that I've started, but we're going to pretend like I'm just making a new one. So I would left mouse click just on the new project right here. This will ask us what the project name will be called. We'll just call this like test project, and we'll create that project. And usually takes just a little second. So now it has this project, and as you can see, it's called right here. You can even go up here to the top left-hand side, left mouse click here and pick a color. So if I wanted, I want this to be this turquoise-ish color. Aha. And now as you see, it has a turquoise color for me to find it later. So the nice part about having a project is you can give it custom instructions. So as you see in this window here, this is the chat, just like a normal chat window, but on the bottom here, you have add files and you have add instructions. Under add instructions, I can left mouse click to get in here and I can give it any instructions I want. I can be like, pretend you are expert CRM analyst and give me advice on how to improve my CRM use, for example. And that could be just some custom um, instructions I give that I could save that. And so every time I come back into this chat, it'll be pretending to be an expert in CRM. And so I could ask it some CRM questions. I could left mouse click here and upload files on different CRM for it to analyze. So it just can really narrow down kind of the scope of ChatGPT. So I made like a project earlier just to show you kind of what it can do. And it's called Company Coach. This is an example of how you could use a project. So with this company coach that I created yesterday, I gave it some instructions about pretend you are an expert business coach who specializes in analyzing companies and giving expert recommendations to them on how to improve their company. Make sure to analyze all availability areas of that company and give itemized advice with items of greatest importance at the top of that list. So that's just sort of one example. And I asked it some questions. So this is a chat. So anytime if I started any more sort of chats, all the chats would be listed under here, which is a great thing. So if you had a project you're working on or a particular thing you were asking ChatGPT over and over again, you create a project and all your chats would be saved in that project. But in this particular chat, I'll left mouse click to show it. I went up to the top and I asked, what are 3 tips to improve the company Corelogix, which is located in Canada? Um, and I scrolled down and it said it gave some ideas about how you could improve your SEO, which is search engine optimization through leadership. So it talked about how you could optimize our website. You could make sure you put more keywords like this. You could also publish posts regularly, more blog posts. We do some, but we could do more. Talks about having a different strategy we could do for our live streams. For example, we could do more shorts, we could do teasers, we could do, they call these CTAs, which is call to actions that you could do. You could offer a free guide. Talked about making a campaign that's more localized. So something, it could be like we're located in Alberta, we could do something more located for like a French speaking person or for Alberta, so for Calgary. They could talk about trying to expand. You could also talk about other platforms. So usually we focus a lot on Act. We could talk a little bit more about Microsoft 365, QuickBooks. It also gave us some example of having some onboarding boot camps. So software is something that's usually they call onboarding when you're trying to learn how to set up software. This is something it's recommended we could do. We could have sort of a 3-part getting started series drip campaign where it helps people get started after, let's say, they signed up. So this is just one way to use projects to be like a coach or to be basically whatever you want ChatGPT to be, and it can give you advice on the go, which is great. One of the things I've
Now,
used.
I just
Mhm.
wanted to mention, Jared. Now, going back up to the top of that, you can add
Yep.
like logos and different stuff like files, can't you, to
Yeah.
go along with that specific project? Correct.
Yeah. So like if you're doing one that's, let's say, a social media one, you could add files. You could click here and I could add all the logos that Corelogix has and upload them. I could upload all sorts of documents. Like for an example, a project that we have is I have um, an ACT project here that I usually use quite a bit for Act Advantage. And in this Act Advantage project, it's a new sort of the newer offering with Act. I uploaded a bunch of different. I uploaded logos that they've gave us. I also uploaded kind of their messaging guide, a marketing guide, and it will pull from that information as well as some custom instructions, and then that can help me create social media posts. So it can, make examples of how I could promote an Act Advantage post on social media. I could even make little infographics that I could use. I could then tweak those infographics. So it's all projects is very narrowing kind of how you want to use ChatGPT and giving it more information so it can give you more better results because it's a large language model. It has lots of information it pulls from. If you narrow its scope, it can give you more specific information to help improve your business or just give you ideas ideas to improve. You can upload a proposal where you were asking it, hey, does this look good? How could I improve this proposal? Here's a graphic. How could I improve this graphic? You can basically use it any way you want. And projects is just a great way to have a bunch of different sort of things that you're working on that go and keep all your chats and stuff you've worked on all in one place and get better information faster from chat gpt and
Question for
that's
you.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
if now do you have to go, like, if you wanna keep your projects succinct and I wanna ask a question, maybe I'm doing something on a social media, say TikTok or, Instagram or what have you, and I had an Instagram project, I'd have to click on that in order to create the chat. So if I just went new chat, it's just gonna put it in the general area and not
Yeah.
underneath the project. I could always drag it in after, but it wouldn't necessarily go in there automatically, correct?
No, you'd have to go into it. So if I'm starting a new chat, right? So if I'm in here and I started a new chat, if I did this, it would populate here under today. But if I
Right.
wanted it to be in that project, I would just go left mouse click, it'll open up the project. See, there's no chats on this one, but if I went to the company one here, it's showing this chat here, but also shows the other chat below that. And if I started typing in here, it would just save it. So I would just go, um,
But you can always drag and drop if you make a mistake
yeah,
and don't
like this
and you put
world
it in the
news
general.
one where I did the world news, I could grab that, pull it up here into here, and now world news is in here. I don't need that in there, so but now
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just drag that chat in there if I forgot later, and I could just delete it. I can also, if I see a chat here, I can click these little 3 dots and I can add it to a project, or I can delete it if it was something dumb, like this was like a random horoscope request I was getting it to do. I'm like, "I don't like that." I can just delete that, and now it won't show up, on my list of chats. But that's kind of in a nutshell, kind of what projects is, and it can just be a better way to come back to ChatGPT quickly and keep working on some particular thing, whether it's social media, whether if you're like a financial advisor, it could be some sort of quarterly report where you have some documents in there and it can analyze stuff. Just something to go back to quickly and give it custom instructions on what you're looking for, which
Yeah, I
can be
think
cool.
it's just a good way of organizing all of your stuff. So what we're going to do now, I'm just going to flip over to this other screen, show mine, and we're going to do. We're actually going to do a couple of different things, and I'm going to show you how this works. So I've got a brand new chat. You can see here's I've got some projects over here as well with color codes and stuff like that. And mine's a little bit different. I've got mine set up where I can actually talk to Chat GPT. So you can see right here in mine, I can click that and then just have a conversation with them. I'm not going to. I'm gonna just drop some. I've got some pre-set up prompts here. So we're going to do a standard operating procedure or an SOP, and I'm going to have it create this for a database. Now, I get people asking me, how should we manage our CRM? And I find most companies don't have an SOP for their company, which is kind of crazy. If they don't have the best way to enter information into your database, that sort of stuff, you can run into problems. So I've just got a very simple prompt here. Can you create an SOP or standard operating procedure for database management? And I'll just add for our CRM. And then I'm just going to run that, and it's going to start absolutely, and it starts putting this all together. and it says the objective, the scope, the responsibilities, daily procedures. So verify, login verification, data entry monitoring, duplicate checking, activity sync check, weekly procedures, back up the database, monthly procedures. So it's creating a whole standard operating procedure in order to manage everything that you're dealing with your CRM. And in an organization, if you don't have an SOP on certain things, it becomes chaotic. Uh, and it says here, let me know if you want me to turn on visual infographics or tailor included CRM on this add-on. Um, let's see here. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna do one more. So I'm going to have it do an infographic for me now, showing a visual representation of what it just told me I needed. And so let's just see what this looks like. So when you're building this, and we've built standard operating procedures and showed people how to use it, this is a great way of capturing the content. And then what we did is we put this into MindManager as a tool where it actually separates each thing. So you would have a SOP on all of your organizational structure. One would be for database management for the CRM, and then break it down. And then that can be pushed up into an HTML document that people can view from your own website. Obviously, it would be an intranet, so it would be just for the guys internally. But this would help with managing all of the different procedures and things that you want to manage. And as you can see here, it's starting to build out a representation of this. Now, sometimes you have to get a little bit more. What's the best word to use this? Succinct, I guess, in how you want this to lay out and stuff like that. Um, because sometimes it doesn't get it 100% accurate, but it's getting better and better. So this is one infographic, and then you can download this infographic. This could be on your image on your, if you're using Mind Manager, it could be the image on the Mind Manager. I did one here, an SOP test, and this is the first rendition that this one came up with when I was messing around with this yesterday. So you can kind of really get creative with it. So that's just one way of getting whole instructions. And in this one here, you can see all of the different procedures, responsibilities, scope, the whole 9 yards. And so you really want to, and in this particular graphic, it just says, here's the purpose, here's the scope, procedures and responsibilities. And it kind of just lays it out in a brief format so that people can actually quickly look at that. Then they can drill down into the very details of the standard operating procedure. All right, so Jared, I'm going to pop it back over to you so that you can do your next thing.
Yeah, so just along the same lines, like as you could see what Gary was doing there, it's a little bit slower. ChatGPT before, when it made images, it was much quicker, but now it takes a little bit longer, but it does it with better accuracy. And it can really make things very accurate, and it's much better with text. It used to be pretty bad with text, for example. That was one problem I remember noticing before they did this recent sort of update that they had. So this is just a random chat that I was showing, and I want to show you how ChatGPT can kind of help you in creating whatever you're working on, kind of to make different layouts and formats. So I'm just going to show you. This is sort of just a little newsletter design I found on the internet, right? And I put it into Chat GPT. I just uploaded it here, press the little plus button and upload it, or you can drag and drop it right onto the thing and upload it. And I wanted to use it as a reference for Corelogix because I liked the layout and I wanted it kind of to be sort of the same thing. And after I input that in, it kind of spit it out in the same format that it had. It kind of went into detail about how um, and enrollment, and it sort of just laid out the format for me. So if you have stuff online that you like and you're like, hey, I want to use that example for my business, you can throw it into Chat GPT. It can give you the layout of kind of what they did with their wording, but you can also go a step further and get it to actually redesign it. This isn't using our logo, for example, but this is when I threw it in there, it kind of threw some Corelogix branding in there, trying to make it um, more like our company. I even then was like, "Can you fix the layout? The faces were warped because up here, as you can see, the faces were a little weird." And then it updated it again, and the faces, wow, they still didn't get too much better. And then I asked it to change its colors to more like Corelogix colors, and it changed the color palette to more of our green that we have. So this is just one way you can use it to kind of as something as a reference to then make other assets for yourself, whether it's for a newsletter or whether it's for um, let's say you're doing some sort of copy for a proposal. It can you can copy somebody else's layout and it can help you format or formulate that in chat gpt. Another option that the paid version has is it does what's called tasks. And to do a task, you go up into the top hand corner here of the plus version. You can left mouse click here and you can go to tasks. And when you click that, this little thing will pop up here. And this is where you can create sort of automated tasks for ChatGPT to do for you. For example, I could try one of my own. I could be, since we are in CRM, I could say every Monday, please send me a rundown of the latest CRM news. And I could just click that right in here and it'll think, it'll kind of um, try to follow the task that I'm giving it. And so it's going to try to schedule this. It's going to do it on 9 a.m. I can be more specific where I can tell it to do it at a time. So I created this Send CRM News Rundown weekly on Monday at 9 a.m. I can click into this and I can even change it further. Okay, I don't want it weekly. I'd like it daily. And I want it at this time. And I could save it and this will run. And then it will notify me every Monday morning and give me sort of a rundown of the CRM news. So I could say even now, show me an example.
Can that be, like, emailed to you, or how does it,
Yep.
give you that?
Well, it can if your notifications are on, it can notify you right either on your phone with the Chat GPT app or in the desktop. But you can also get it to email you. So, for example,
Oh,
I can say,
nice.
uh, please email this to me, and it'll then email it to your email usually that you have set up on your account, and it'll just that'll be a task it can run. Usually you can have there's other automations like obviously act is an automation or not an automation but something where you can put tasks and reminders. But the nice part about chat gpt is it can search the web, so it can give you stuff on a weekly basis and it can then pull the latest information. um, and let's say it's asking what email address do I want it, so you can just type in what email address you want. But that's how you would create a task. And then if I'm going to go back to it, for example, so let's say I'm doing a new chat, if I wanted to go to the tasks, I can go here and it's showing you the scheduled tasks that I have. This is a daily one where it's going to do a news rundown. I can then click here to edit it. If I don't want it anymore, I can just delete it. I can pause it. Excuse me. So that's just one way you can get ChatGPT to do something on a regular basis, let's say. So, for example, one of the examples I was kind of working on was like, let's say if you're a financial advisor, you could get it to give you a market report or something in the daily news, or if you have a particular thing, you could set that up here as a task to email that you daily or weekly on a specific thing, and you'd get that notification rather than having to go find it and look it up. And it usually can give it to you in sort of a more digestible manner, like step, 1, 2, 3, kind of like the world news update that we had. It will show a few different things and it'll also have links to go there and stuff like that. And that's just another way you can use chat gpt to help excuse me, to help you stay up to date on things as they change, because that's we always have to do that in almost every industry. There's changes and it's important to stay up to date on that. But that's sort of this part. I'll probably throw it back over to Gary. I think he has another part that he'd like to show. Is that
Yep.
correct?
I do,
Tom?
I do, I do. So now
Excuse me.
it really depends, and we'd really love some feedback with regards to, what kind of stuff would you like to see this work with? Now we're starting to look at integrations into CRM and stuff like that. We've already started with the call manager, which I'll briefly talk about at the end here. But we're looking more and more on how this can integrate. But I want to show you, like Jared and I talked about doing YouTube shorts, and it's like, oh man, I don't have time to do shorts. I mean, but they're supposed to, I mean, I think our first one got just about 1,000 hits, views on it, on that first week. And so it's like, okay, we need to get more eyeballs. Then this could be used in anything you want, but I want to just show you this. I'm going to create a script, a YouTube script, and this is actually one that I'm going to actually use. We used to use the term business is a contact sport, and it is. We need to be connecting with people, and we've kind of gone away from that a little bit. And our contact is mainly automated and email. But a lot of people, a lot of times, I was thinking about this the other day that a lot of times we still need to communicate. Have a call or a video chat or what have you. So what I'm doing in this prompt, I'm going to say, can you write a script for me for a YouTube short? It would be about 30 to 40 seconds long in content, and I wanted to talk about business that is business as a contact sport. It doesn't refer to the physical contact, but the communication with customers, suppliers, and stakeholders. So I want to see what this comes up with. So you'll see here, it actually starts building the script for me, and saying what I need to say. So it's about making contact with customers, prospects, suppliers, and it'll even say back on camera. It'll actually keep drilling down to ask you questions here of how do you want to refine this. So let me know if you want to end with a call to action for more business tips. Yeah, and I'll just go yes. I'm just going to do very simple prompts here. I'm going to go yes, and so now it's going to build it down even more. Let me know if you want to add subtitle, background music, suggestion. I'm just going to go, yes, please. And so now it's going to actually build this into scene one, scene two, how many seconds. And so when I build this out, I'll build it out like this, and make sure that the words, I may have to adjust the words or a little bit over. It'll even say subtitle, same as a voiceover. Follow Corelogix for more. And so this keeps nailing it down. If you'd like me to have a storyboard version of this formatted for a teleprompter friendly layout, and I could say yes, I won't do that, but I can say yes. Now, the nice thing about this, I can come up with an idea like I did at the original script, put that in there and say, this is what I'm looking for. It'll start building it. Once I get it down to the scenes and stuff like I've got here, I just copy that. I give that to Jared, and we use MindManager for all of our marketing stuff. So I just pop it into MindManager and say, here's the short. Here's the script for the short. He then takes this and then he builds a short. Now, I don't even have to. At one point, I would read the script and record my voice in there. I don't even do that anymore. I actually, we had Jared use a company called ElevenLabs. It went and analyzed my voice off some YouTube videos, and then it came up with my voice. And I'm going to show you this one that we just previously did, and then all Jared does then he takes takes all the content or the actual dialogue, puts it in there, does all the stuff from the scenes and the scripts, and builds this out. And I don't know how long it actually takes Jared. I think he's getting faster and faster of it as we're moving along. But this is one we just did, CRM productivity hack. It's called the 2-minute rule. And I'm just going to play this for you, and you can see I didn't actually do the voice in here. All
No,
I did is I spent a few minutes setting up the script, giving the script to Jared through MindManager. Jared took it from there and built this. So just take a quick gander if you haven't seen this. Oh, hang on,
I'll click the
hang
other
on.
one.
Let me go back, and we go back to the short. Sorry,
Yeah.
and CRM productivity hack: the 2-minute rule. If it takes less than 2 minutes, do it right away. Just finished a call? Log in your notes right away. Add a lead. Update contact details. Just finished a meeting? Enter your notes. Schedule a follow-up meeting or activity. Action equals clarity. Delay equals chaos. better habits, better data, better client relationships. So you can see how this actually created all this. Now, I still have to go in and tweak some of the words and make it my own, but it gets the structure down. So it's like 90, sometimes 95, sometimes 80% where I need it to be. Then I just go tweak the voice or the content, give it to Jared because he's already 11 Labs. We have to use, I think, professional version on that, wasn't it, Jared?
Yeah, to have a more professional clone of your voice
Yeah.
to because you can't just clone anybody's voice super good. That's
No,
I
and
mean,
there's a
maybe
lot
you
of
can if you hack, but
and there's a lot
yeah.
of security around that. I had to go and log
Yeah.
in and approve it and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But now Jared can take that and then he can take the content, put it in there, and it's my voice, and it saves me some time. I can focus more on these live streams and stuff that I need to spend time on. But if we want to get shorts out, and we're all in the same boat. We have very limited amount of time in our business day. So how can we use AI to shorten things that we need to do, but or would like to do, and get it out there and still carry on with our regular day-to-day business activities and not be buried. So for us, I just now we do shorts and I can take maybe half an hour. I can set up all the like say four shorts in a month. I can actually do those four shorts in about 15 minutes to a half an hour, creating them, coming up. Well, I come up with the ideas ahead of time, but then just building them out, putting them into MindManager for Jared to get access to, and then he can build it whenever he wants and put them out there. So it to me it was like, wow, makes a big difference. And then like I said, our first one we got like 900 eyeballs on it. And the thing of it is, the more and more we do this, the more and more people are going to come to our YouTube channel or LinkedIn channel, or they're going to they come to our website or get in touch with us. And so this is just organic marketing, if you will, or communication, and this really makes a difference. Jared, is there anything else you wanted to show before we wrap up?
Maybe I'll just show real quick, just with in so in ChatGPT, if you have the paid version, you get access to what they call Sora, and that's their sort of image generation. So if you're in here, that you'll see Sora's up here, but I have the tab open here, and this is just where you can create little videos. At the bottom here, you can uh, have the different. Oh, it's kind of I gotta hide this. Hold on, there we go. You can have the different format. You can 1 by 1, 2 by 3. You can change it to a video or an image. It's sort of it's all about images and videos, but this comes with your paid version. And I want to show you just some examples. After you create a video, it puts it in a library for you. So this is just in our media library here, and this is just some different shorts, and this is stuff that you can use for your own marketing. And this is all AI. I gave it a prompt where I said, create a video that signifies upgrading your workspace, go digital. This is for remote desktop of VDI. And this is what it created for me in the 9 by 16 format. Not everything will be perfect, but it can create these different assets that you can use for your marketing or branding. This is, of course, video, but it does images too. Um, it can also kind of incorporate your logo. Um, this is just an example of some of the stuff I recently did to try to. Here's a little Pixar thing of Gary here that I was messing with. Uh, it's a powerful tool that it gives you access to do some other stuff. So rather than trying to pay somebody, a professional person, to do a business or a location where they shoot a computer, or let's say if it's a financial firm shooting a businessman in a meeting, you can get AI to make a meeting for you. Like this is one of everybody with computers. This is another laptop. This is somebody stressed out on a computer, and I just gave it prompts. This is one where I told it to say action equals clarity. You saw that in the short Gary was showing. And this is all just in Sora, which is part of ChatGPT. When you get the paid version, you can come in here and make videos and images. It's sort of a powerful tool, and it's yeah, it really, they're getting better and better, and it won't be long before AI can do a whole video, a whole movie with voices and everything, and it'll be all AI. It just keeps getting better and better, and we can use that as companies to just save ourselves time and money. Then just get AI to make something for us, whether it's a graphic, whether it's a picture, whether it's a video, whether it's telling us what we should do and analyzing our business and how to improve our YouTube channel, our website, our SOP. It can do all those things, and it's just like a powerful assistant. You need a brain. You need a brain to know if it's bad or good that it's advice, and you have to tweak it a lot of times, but it can give you lots of good output that then you customize to make it right, and then you can use that for your business.
Yeah, and I
Like that.
think the biggest thing for us is it saves us tons and tons of time. I mean, we all have a limited amount of time. I mean, when I was younger, like Jared's age, I'd put in 15 hours a day, at work and stuff. And as I've gotten older, it's like I don't want to put that kind of time in anymore. So it's like, okay, how can I take advantage of this? And speed up the process. I still have to, like Jared says, you still have to have a brain. You still have to look at it. You have to edit it. You have to sometimes confirm the source and make sure that the data is correct. And that's okay. It still saves me a huge amount of time. And so now, when you're looking at this, look at this as a marketing assistant. For the $20 a month US that we pay for this, I think Jared's got an account and I've got an account. So we paid a little bit more because we like to have our own little project stuff.
Yeah.
But for that little bit of money, we have this whole marketing assistant that just helps build content, helps do all of these different things that we want to do and speeds up the process. And we can even ask it, hey, how can we do this better? How can, we did this and we didn't get the results we want. Can you make some recommendations? And sometimes the recommendations are bang on and they're really good. Sometimes they're a little bit questionable, but they're getting better and better because the data model is becoming larger and larger. So I highly recommend that you kind of sit down, take an afternoon on a Friday, and sit down and say, what would I like to do if I could speed things up? I know a lot of my clients would said, "Hey, I would like to do some more marketing stuff and get my name out there and do some stuff," but they don't have the time. They're just running from pillar to post and they're just not getting the time to do it. Well, there are ways to get these little things in there and and start building your communication model for your particular company as well. Jared, any other comments before we wrap it up? Any questions that have come through? I don't see any in the comments
Yeah.
area here.
Yeah, I mean, if you can try it for free and it's just sort of a chat, but if you definitely wanna try some of the more, advanced images and videos and projects, try a month of ChatGPT Plus and just see if you use it. If you're not gonna use it, it won't be worth it. If you are gonna use it, then you give it a try. It's a powerful tool, and there's other videos and things out there that can show you more specific information if you're because this is just a few use cases. There's so many use cases for
Oh,
this, and
yeah.
it will continue to expand on what it can do.
And if
Then
you'd like Yeah, and if you would like to have Jared and I show you, and specifically Jared show you, how he does some of the stuff in the background, because maybe you want to have, somebody in your office take hold like Jared is doing and, do stuff in Canva and ElevenLabs and some of these other ones that we use other AI tools to go along with Chat GPT. It's our main one, but there are other tools that we use. If you'd like to see some videos, live streams or videos on any of that other stuff, let us know, and we can do something like that up. We're trying to use Chat GPT because it's a really inexpensive way of doing it, and you can create content. But if you have any other questions or other things you want to see, please don't hesitate to reach out. We want to give you the tools that you can use to be successful in kind of moving this forward. And we're going to actually be talking about. That was one thing I was going to mention. We're Call Manager. I tell you, I am so
oh, right.
stoked. Call Manager. We're going to be doing a video up. Well, as soon as Matt gets it finished, but we got some cool AI that's coming into Call Manager. It's gonna blow your mind. It's like I am totally stoked. So I'm not going to give you all the details. I want to, but I'm holding back. Anyway, so that's kind of cool. And we also want to show you how you can use AI to help if you're not using Act Marketing Automation to send out email marketing campaigns. We want to show you some stuff that you can use with AI to help you kick it up a notch to have a better, deeper impact in sending out those communications as well. So look forward to that. And I guess for now, hope you have a great rest of your Friday. Thank you, Jared, for sharing all that great stuff. And we'll talk to you guys on the next one. Bye for now.
Yeah.